Welcome to What's New in Burbank. Burbank Bike Angels got a jump on the 2015 holiday season as they joined forces with the Burbank Board of Realtors in January to collect in just 3 hours 104 used bikes, which they'll refurbish and donate to less fortunate kids in December. The second annual bike drive held at the Board of Realtors parking lot on Magnolia Boulevard was mainly promoted through the Burbank Public Schools. So most of the donors were kids who have outgrown their bicycles or have gotten new ones and wanted to give other children in the community a chance to own a bike. Bike Angels is a group of Burbank City employees and local volunteers who refurbish donated bikes to store-bought condition. Since 2009, members of Burbank Bike Angels have given away more than 750 bicycles. If you'd like to donate a bike, simply drop it off at the Burbank Recycle Center at 500 South Flower Street, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. As the drought in California continues, many Burbank residents are looking for ways to reduce their water usage. One way to do that is to remove your thirsty lawn and replace it with either California native drought-tolerant plants or with artificial turf. To help residents with the process, BWP's Go Native Turf Replacement Program pays property owners $3 per square foot of live turf that's replaced with drought-tolerant plants or artificial turf. If you choose artificial turf, it can now be installed in all property locations, front, side, and backyards. For program rules and guidelines, go to burbankwaterandpower.com and search Go Native Turf Replacement. Nearly 24 citizens of Oda, Japan visited Burbank recently to mark 30 years of friendship. The two cities began a sister city program in 1984, and since that time, more than 24 delegations have traveled across the Pacific Ocean to foster the relationship between both cities. After enjoying a tour of Burbank, the visitors from Japan hosted a dinner to recognize the success of the 3-decade association. One of the highlights was the reunion of former Burbank Mayor Larry Stamper and Oda resident Minoru Sakaguchi, who were first introduced during the initial meeting between the cities. Local amateur photographers are invited to submit entries to the Friends of the Burbank Public Library 2015 Photography Contest. The contest encourages photographers of any age to choose one of 11 categories and submit a photo. Photo turn-in begins on Monday, February 2nd and runs through Saturday, February 22nd. Pick up an entry form and rules at any branch of the Burbank Public Library or go to the library's website at burbanklibrary.com and download an entry form. All entries must be dropped off during regular library hours at the reference desk of the Burbank Central Library at 110 North Glen Oaks Boulevard. Photos that are chosen for display will be exhibited at the Burbank Central Library Auditorium from March 13th to April 16th. For more information on the amateur photography contest, call 818-238-5580 or go to burbanklibrary.com. With spring approaching, you can add a little more green to beautiful Burbank by participating in the 60th annual Plant a Tree Month in March. For the next few weeks, the Civic Pride Committee will be raising money to help pay for new trees to be planted in Burbank. Your donation can be made in honor or in memory of a loved one whose name will be read at a special tree planting ceremony.
In memory of William Dan Shalaji.
Look for the donation form in the Burbank USA newsletter that arrives with your BWP bill during the month of February. You can also find donation flyers at city locations or on the city's website, burbankca.gov. We're only a couple of months into 2015, but the Burbank Tournament of Roses Association is already hard at work to pick and start working on the Burbank float for the January 1st, 2016 parade, which has the theme Find Your Adventure. In January, Burbank received 81 entries in its 2016 design contest. The 12 Board of Directors of the Burbank Tournament of Roses Association selected 6 finalists from those 81 entries. And from those 6, all the members of the local Rose Float Association selected their number one choice on February 5th. Pasadena Tournament of Roses has conditionally accepted that number one choice, but will provide final approval in early March, at which time we'll let you know who won the design contest. I'm Peter Maserlian, and this has been What's New in Burbank.